Hey everyone, it's Eric from firearmtutorials.com, and today we're going to talk about the GS Custom Swage unit for the Dillon 650. You can see in here I've got a Dillon just regular depriming and sizing die in Station 1. Station 2 we're going to go ahead and do the actual swaging. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the swage unit actually does. Okay, so here you can see the actual GS Custom Swager in Station 2 here. If I go ahead and move this forward, you see the swager come through right up underneath the shell plate there. So this is what is actually doing the swaging. Once this pin makes contact with the shell case, it's going to ream out the crimped pocket there, and that's effectively swaged. So the key to this is just making sure that everything is lined up correctly. You see you have very little room for error here. Everything has to line up just right for this to operate. So you need to make sure that your shell plate is nice and tight. If you hear any snapping of any kind, that's something you want to check. This swager is either hitting the bottom of the shell plate or making contact with this arm. So as long as you have it installed correctly, you should have no problems. So let's go ahead and feed some cases in here and see how it works. Okay, so here's just a sample of some of the brass we're running through here. This is all once fired factory ammo. See, a lot of this is Lake City. There's some PSD head stamped cases in here, but all of these effectively have the primers crimped into place and will need to be swaged before we can reload them with regular primers. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, so let's go ahead and drop the first case in here, which will get deprimed. And here you see that it gets swaged. So you see right here, you'll catch the swager coming right up underneath the case. There you go. First one hits the bucket. Alright, so that's about it. So now we've got a good amount of processed brass, and that is much quicker than just depriming them and putting them through the super swage. You can do everything within the press here. So if you did have a case trimmer too, that would cut down the step of making sure that all the cases are the same length. But this is the easiest and quickest way to do it if you're using a 650. And I would say the best time to do this is between a caliber change. You could have just a dedicated tool head with a depriming die. Run all your brass through like this and switch the tool head and go ahead and load up the brass you just processed. So that's the GS Custom Swage unit, guys. It's a great little product. Makes processing military brass on the 650 a lot easier. Comes with two pins, one for small primers and one for large primers. So if you're doing 308 or larger magnum size priming stuff, you can swage that as well. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, let me know, and thanks for watching.